everyone. I'm Boss. Oh God, this is terrible. I'm Boss Babe Kealah.
And I'm Girl Boss Lena.
And I'm Bond Girl Jessica. And today is
Whine Down
Hey, cheat
Wednesday.
day, cheat day, cheat day.
Move teats, move
Day, cheat day.
teats, move teats, move teats.
so I added a few new ones, so we're gonna see what we get today.
Uh-oh,
No
uh-oh.
canvas.
Keelah, I was expecting you to say, life is like a box of chocolates. You never
And
know what
you
you're
know
going
what?
to get. Were you thinking it?
Absolutely thinking it, and I totally wanted to say it, but I was like, nope, I'm gonna reserve this.
I said it. Yeah.
And you set up for me anyway. Yes.
I
Wind
know
down
my
Wednesday
girl.
like a
I
box
know
of
my girl.
chocolates.
What's
You
going
never
on in that
know what
brain?
you're gonna get.
I
Let's
know it.
see.
Especially what's coming out of the moo teats today.
Ooh, what are they scorching out?
What are we
Even my
milking?
paper is black.
Paper
Anyway,
white, black.
I know. Okay. I don't know. This is interesting.
Uh-oh.
What is a conspiracy theory that you low-key believe?
A conspiracy theory. Oh,
There's so
A
many to
conspiracy.
pick from.
Okay, can we extend that maybe to like conspiracy theory slash urban legend?
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know, y'all. I don't pay attention to conspiracy theories.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I believe like the Illuminati and all that kind of.
Okay, so I low key do believe that. I'll take that back.
Uh,
I do low
uh,
key believe in the that there is the Illuminati.
Well, what makes you believe that?
Because I feel like, okay, I don't even know if I want to speak about this on this channel. Okay, because I don't need nobody coming for me.
We gotta preface it and be like, this is for entertainment person purposes
oh
only.
my
Right? Don't be trying to show up
Lord,
at my
have
nose. Okay,
mercy.
so I mean, we've heard about how there's rumor that Diddy must have pissed somebody off, and that's why he got exposed.
Hmm.
Okay. Heard about all that. Also, other people in the industry are getting exposed.
Yeah.
There was
Mhm.
rumor about that they didn't piss some big wig off, or thought they was doing the most, or they were expendable, or they just got the boot, whatever the case may be, your contract is up. And so now you're getting exposed. Like there's all kinds of like theories behind that. And I low key kind of believe that
Now, I don't
because
know if I believe like an Illuminati type organization with the diamond and the all-seeing
there's
eye and
always
all the
been some
rings.
type of secret organization though. There's
But
always the
I believe though what you're saying that there's some I think it's of the billionaires, like the ultra rich people
like
have privy
old
to
money, like
something we
first
don't.
families business. Like there's like because some of it they talk about, I don't know, it's like the Bloomberg family or something. I don't know, I don't remember. But anyhow, like those families, the first families and their money that's trickled down, there's like deep pockets that run things, right? And
Right,
so I believe that some of these individuals and organizations you can't move without being a
right,
part of that. And all that, think about business. All businesses, they network together. They do some type of network. This person puts you out there,
yeah,
that person puts you out there. Like there's always some type of network. And I truly believe that sometimes in those networks, there's some hierarchies in there. And if you
right.
don't do things or you think you go, oh, I did this myself, oh yeah, we're gonna teach you a lesson. Let's make an example of so and so. There's some
Right.
type of hands or some type of stuff that's been shook. I'm gonna say that because there's no way in the world some of this stuff is getting that's happening is so undercover.
Right.
It hasn't been brought about before. People won't speak about it. People won't talk about it, but yet it's going on. Or think about that one dude, Epstein's Island,
Right. That's what I'm saying. The ultra rich are privy
and
to
then how
stuff
he
that.
magically just committed suicide. Or who's to say he
Right.
even did? Somebody probably shanked that fool because he was about to his list. Schindler's List was about to expose everybody. Okay, it was about to talk about you had people in government. Like this was deep stuff.
Big time, yeah.
He had several people on his manifest, and all that stuff just kind of like everybody kind of forgot about it. Like, oh, nobody's talking about it anymore, right? Oh, let's
Right.
on now. We on Diddy, but Diddy was doing some of the same stuff that Epstein was doing.
Oh, most definitely. I think but that's what I'm saying. I think it's like an issue or a situation with the ultra rich. They feel like they're above reproach. They're above, suspicion. They're just going to pay people off to look the other way. It's about power. I don't see any women like that though. Do you see any women that are
Oprah,
power packed like that?
Oprah.
Yeah, but you
I
don't
said
ever
Oprah.
hear her in no mess and see her at no parties and like
They tried to drag her in it, and Oprah was like, don't you come for me.
And then
that's
they did that with that Ghislaine Maxwell. They tried to say she,
yes. Well,
you know,
she was grooming the ladies for
But
yes, yeah,
here's the thing. I feel like some individuals are so quote unquote protected
right.
that nothing's gonna if that's not who their target is, they're gonna continue to protect you. So they're gonna keep your name out of it. This is everybody who has something in connection with Diddy, they all just kind of disappeared, right?
Mm,
Disappeared. Like now all of a sudden, just Diddy's out in the forefront getting slaughtered. But all y'all people was at his party. All y'all was canoodling it up. Y'all was in there. You knew what was going on, what was happening.
doing the
You talking about
most.
people serving children up on the platter. How did nobody whistle blow on that before? Like y'all was just there talking about some, I don't know. I was in this room. No, I don't think so.
Well, I think then maybe it started being outed with Art Kelly because that was
No, R. Kelly was just a freak.
another.
I think he was acting on his own volition and he got caught up. They was like, nah, we don't claim him.
You're not part of this club.
No. In this club, we ain't all fans. You on your own, bruh. You getting snatched up with
I can't
Cosby.
with you.
But I mean, because like think about it. He did a lot of music, yes, and things like that, but he's still in prison. But I feel like Diddy was he had such an empire, right? He has so many branches to his
That's
empire.
true. Yeah,
R.
yeah.
Kelly wasn't rocking like that. He's just a music producer who was swindling women out their draws. That's it.
That's true.
Now,
That's true. In the
Diddy
closet.
had a
Yeah.
whole Diddy had a client list. He had all the connections. Like
Yeah.
this
That's
was
true.
crazy. His little branches ran deep. So for me,
Right.
for somebody
Right.
like that to get busted out because one girl came out and said, "Oh, he beat me," and then all of a sudden now
It's a cascade of
the
yeah.
tapes that got leaked weren't new tapes. It's from 2016. So all of a sudden it just magically appeared. Like you had
Appeared
that
and
stuff and
all.
you was sitting on it. Somebody covered it up for you, and then they was like, "Oh, okay, hit him with the
Now
flight."
it's time to let it loose.
Yeah, hit him with the flight of the bumblebee.
but you know that
Y'all ain't
Chappelle
never
he
watched
said a
Drumline. I'm just gonna
similar
put that out
thing
there.
like that
That
though.
is a quote from
Did
Drumline. Anyway,
Chappelle said a similar thing you said, Jess?
Yeah, like how Keelah was talking about them exposing the stuff or like saying whatever. Because they were saying when he didn't want to take that deal that he was supposed to take and he went to Africa and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like he's like, no, I don't want it. And they're like, okay, well, we'll have everybody thinking you crazy. Because he was gonna get off the plane. They're like, before you get off the plane, they're gonna think you crazy. And so like he got on the plane and got off, and then the media just had this whole thing saying he was on drugs and had a meltdown and
yeah. I remember when they were saying that about him. I was like, what happened to Chappelle? The show was gone, everything. And
Mhm.
they were like, oh, he's nuts. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. Like they had a whole thing was like going around that he was crazy. But where is
Mhm.
he now? VH1 behind the scenes, looking just fine.
Yep.
Right.
Back up to his
Right.
shenanigans and got a Netflix, whatever. Like,
Mhm. He just did SNL. He fine.
yeah, he made
Yeah.
whatever deal he needed to make. It was like, all right,
Yeah.
all right. And they was like, cool.
But I'm like, I
All
don't know if there's a super secret organization that just like tabulates stuff on everybody though. You know what I mean? I don't know if I more believe that as far as conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? Um I'm more like, I still don't say Candyman in the mirror 3 times, That's just
Yeah. Or was it
you know
Beetlejuice or whatever?
I,
Yeah, that's one I don't do. You know
I
what I mean?
definitely believe in secret societies. I think that that's a real thing. And whether it's, kind of like the Illuminati or whatever, it's still a secret society that exists that I think a lot of people are a part of, especially ones that have deep pockets, or if you're trying to aspire to something. I definitely think that that's a thing.
Right.
But anyways, you were saying about Candyman or
Yeah.
writing red rum on the mirror.
Yeah, like I'm not, yeah, I don't Candyman is just the one that I don't mess with too tough. I'm good on the other ones, that's okay. But that one is and I didn't watch the new movie either. I didn't watch the remake of it. I just
I
left
didn't
it
watch
right
any
where
of
it
that.
was.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm,
All full with that stuff. I'm like, nope.
mm-mm. I mean, I watched it, I don't know how many, a million years ago. You know what I mean? But it's just one I'm not gonna attempt.
Candyman came out when I was in elementary school. What year did that? Was it in the 90s? I think it came out when I was in elementary school. And it was all the kids were talking about it. And I was like, I am not watching.
Computer. What year did the original Candyman movie come out?
Here go her with her little Star Trek episode.
October 16th, 1992.
Yep, I was 10.
I was in college. I
I
was in I was
wasn't
in my
born.
second year of college.
I wasn't here yet.
I was 10 years old.
Okay.
Yep,
Yep.
I was 10 years old. I remember. So that means I was like fifth grade.
Yeah, I didn't watch those. Saw and all that kind of foolishness. No.
Ah,
It's just
I don't like scary movies.
man, but that's the conspiracy there, yeah, or the urban legend. That I don't know. I'm not
I
messing
don't
with.
want
How
no
about you,
demonic
Jess?
movies.
What
I don't
you
want
think?
no scary movies. I'm not watching none of that.
Yeah, I saw 4 with my cousin and it scarred me and I don't know.
I've never watched one of those. I won't watch them.
Yeah, I'm not a scary movie
Okay,
I
girl.
don't mind scary or psychological thrillers. What I
Yeah,
don't
I
like
like
is
a
the
thriller,
gore.
but not
I don't like the
horror.
gory stuff, is
I
what I
don't
don't
want
like.
to see somebody being mutilated. I don't
Well,
find
that's
that.
what I'm saying. The gory stuff,
Yeah,
I
the
don't.
gory stuff. I was just saying for me personally, I don't want to see something like that. I was watching like it was this movie that was based on a true story, and it was about this guy who basically started like a cult, and he got all these like teenage kids at well, not the ones say teenage, but they were all these kids from college to like follow him or whatever. And I was so far I was like, okay, I kind of get it. And then like he did something like he took it was unusually cruel. And I feel like I'm like, it could have been implied, you didn't have to really show it. But he took like he took something and smashed the kid in the knee or did something just like it was just brutal.
Right,
And I was like,
right,
I said, I can't watch that. I don't want to watch that. It's it
right.
because I'm like, I don't want to see another person inflicting pain on somebody. I don't find it's just I fine, I'll read about it, like, like if it's a news article or something, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a reenactment of it. It's just, that's
Right.
painful. And it's terrible that you had somebody who was preying on somebody who had some mental health issues. And then, I don't know. Anyways, that's just me. Not to go all doom and gloom on you, but I don't like watch. I can't.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But I don't know, conspiracy theories. I'm gonna be honest. I've never been convinced we went to the moon. I just don't believe that. I'm not convinced. What?
Because I'm like, where'd they go?
I
So
don't know, but they ain't go
are
there
you
in 1969. I
so
just don't.
you are one of the ones that believes that it was set in a Hollywood
I
basement.
don't think it was on the moon. I don't know where it was at, but I don't really think it was on the moon.
Do you
I'm
believe
just
in
not
space
convinced.
travel at all?
Huh?
Do you believe in space exploration and travel at all?
I mean, we might be doing it now. I just don't really think it happened in 69, like they said.
Oh, okay.
That's all. I don't know about the rest.
That's fair
I don't
because I
believe
mean
it.
that's some real technological advancements for 1969.
Yeah, because I just think about like, okay, we went to the moon, but there were still other things we didn't have that to me it don't really make sense why we wouldn't
Okay.
have, you know, other stuff, but we
We
could go
had
to.
that technology. Why didn't we have other technology? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just, it's weird to me, but that's just me.
Okay.
And then I don't know if that's a conspiracy or urban legend. I don't know what you call it, but like the 27 Club,
What is
What's
that?
that?
where like the artists or, musicians or whatever, and they die all at
Oh,
27. Like they're super talented, but they die young.
hmm.
Because it's like, who is it? It's like Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin. I think was Basquiat. Was he 27? Kurt Cobain. Like it was just a bunch of musicians that all died at 27.
Were they all? Well, here's the other thing.
Amy
I don't know
Winehouse, I
about
think.
Basquiat, but I can tell you all the people that you did name had drug issues. So I'm
Yeah.
not really surprised
No,
by
yeah. But it's just still ironic. Everybody dying at 27.
it. Well, they was heavy in the party scene, heavy in doing things. Like didn't who was it? How
Every
did
single one of them you named was lit out somewhere, or drugged up, or yeah.
Yeah, but I just think about so many
literally?
of them that are
I mean,
still.
it is. Yeah, I mean, it's something to research. It would be interesting to find out how many, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, and he did. Yeah, I agree.
I always
There's a
think
lot of interesting theories out there.
because then some people have the conspiracies where they think like Elvis is still alive or Tupac is still alive or
Girl,
um,
that Tupac
y'all
one
let them people
lived
rest.
for the longest time.
Let them
That
rest.
and Elvis is the other big one.
You know,
Or they would say that even UFOs and stuff is all conspiracy, but I think that's totally true. You
Yeah,
know what
my
I mean? I
dad,
don't think that
he
that's
believes
not
that too.
so the UFO thing is I don't even want to talk about it. I was gonna say, okay, so the UFO thing is not that far of a stretch. And I say that because if you believe in angels, those are UFOs. They are foreign to Earth. Like, anyway,
right,
that's
right.
that's
And identify. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that just
because I've
means
heard that
not
because some people say
not
angels
human.
are demons. I've heard that.
Those are UFOs.
Yeah, I can see that though because they're supposed to be scary anyway. So I don't know.
Like
But
it's
I mean, I don't know, when people start talking about, folks that have been abducted and stuff like that, so many similarities happening over an area that these people should have no connection, no, they don't know each other, there's no communication, there's no link to them at all, and they're all having similar experiences with similar stuff on their bodies, to their body. You know what I mean? Just I believe that there are higher powers or and bigger worlds than us. You know, when you think about we look down and we see the little bugs on the ground. How do we know somebody's not looking down at us and we're the little bugs crawling on the ground somewhere under their big foot, right? When you think of it like that. Like the world, I even love Men in Black is one of my favorite
oh
movies, and
love black.
the little kitty that has the whole galaxy on
Uh-huh.
on his chain. Just
Uh-huh.
think about that. Like the scope of, us, we're probably minute to something else that is completely large. So I don't necessarily think it's a conspiracy theory for their UFOs and other life exists. I just think that it does, and we just haven't had the technology at our fingertips to go out and find it. But it's been watching us,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, and dabbling and testing and trying to see what we're made of, and we're flimsy and what we can do, and that kind
That's
of
I totally agree with you, but that's what I mean. Like, if you believe in God,
yeah,
uh, when that
right,
he's kind of an alien, right? Not, and I
right.
don't mean like a, like a weird
Little
extra.
green man type
Yes,
of right,
yes,
yeah,
but he's not foreign to Earth.
correct,
He is looking down on us. You know what I mean? So we
right,
are that. That's what I mean by that.
right, 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 right. So when
So
you in both contexts, you know what I mean, or all of it together, how do we know that God really isn't an actual, just because we haven't seen him? right? We haven't heard him. We haven't personally spoken to him. We never know. That could actually be the one up there that's looking down on us, like actual physically, you know what I mean?
That's
And
what I'm
not just
saying.
in a
Like
spiritual sense. Like,
anybody,
you never
you
know.
that's it. That's exactly what I'm
That might
saying.
be our term for him or whatever being is that. You know what I mean? We think it's our God or we think it's, but it could be somebody else like us looking down on the ant. You know what I mean? Like you
Well,
just
it's so funny. My husband does pest control, so I always tell him, I'm
yeah.
like, you're like Armageddon. You're Armageddon for whatever pest or rodent they see you coming. It's Armageddon for it's arrived.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. So conspiracy theory necessarily. Yeah, like I said, Candyman is my biggest one. Do I think there are billionaires that have dirt on people that, you know what I mean, get to do whatever the hell they want to? Yeah. I'm not privileged to that type of
Here's the
tax
thing.
bracket, but you know.
I think it's funny that you know everybody has connections, right? Even like I was saying earlier, even small businesses, we have connections with other people, we have connections with other things. If I needed something, I know who to call and they'll help
Right,
me with that. So, even more so, people who have bigger pockets because now they're investing in other people. They may have invested
right,
in you. So now they have a vested interest in protecting you. Or
correct.
if you decide not to do what they ask you to do, to not
It
protect you.
can yank that chain. Correct, correct.
So if
Oh,
you
that
start
part.
getting too big for your britches, which is what I heard somebody did, I don't need you, type of deal.
Right,
Okay,
right, right.
sure, you don't need me. All right,
You
let's
will in a minute after I let you fall.
you know. And these are
Mhm.
the things that take place that regular people like yourself and I we don't
Right,
see because we're not privy to
right,
those conversations, right?
right, right.
But stuff like that happens even in the government.
Oh God, yeah, 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 yeah,
Government
yeah.
is involved in so many backdoor handshakes and deals. We don't know what's going on.
Right, right, right.
That
Yep,
in itself is an organization, you know.
right, right. So I mean, when we think of conspiracy
I don't
theories,
want
quote
nobody tapping
unquote,
my
or
phone,
something
so
like
they
that,
not
yeah.
speak too loud.
But yeah, yeah. On the conspiracy theory, I see it. I see it. I see it.
So did we thoroughly cover the question? Did we
I
cover the
think so. I did. We went from Diddy to Epstein to Candyman to
outer
back
space?
to
Uh-huh.
Bushwick Bill, back to
Oh my God.
Tupac and Elvis and
Hey, it's a great episode. Every
and
episode is a great episode.
aliens and God, and we were all
Yep.
all
We
over the
covered
place.
all the topics today. Area 51.
Right. That's the only thing we didn't mention was Area 51.
Well, I mentioned it now. All right, y'all. We shall see you same time, same bat channel. The next wind
Next
down.
time.
Yes. Bye.
Does but Mork and Mindy, you remember that one?
Yes.
Live long and prosper.